Why? Why ever why? So for this reading, I want to do it so I'll be speaking in present tense, but this could definitely apply for past or future, so you might just have to twist my words slightly. Okay, so pile selection. Pile number 1 is this dude. Pile number 2 is this dude. Dude number 3 is this 3 dude. And pile number 4 is this dude. Okay, see you at your readings. No collective today. I want to put them on the radiator. It isn't switched on. So it's almost the opposite of a radiator. Okay, welcome in, pile number 1. I think your answer, why? That is the answer, why? Your answer to the question of why is because speed or because going too fast. A lack of like full respect in the way that you're wanting in the present. I think there could be something about like maybe rehearsing what to say, or that energy of rehearsal instead of presence, instead of each and every moment. And maybe something about the opposite, because of the opposite. Maybe also because of like a lack of clarity, or it's more like a lack of grounding. And the way I'm speaking here, it feels like it could apply to a particular person, and that might be you, and that also might be someone else or others. I feel like you would know. Let's get some cards. That is the simple answer though, so if you wanted just a quick answer, then there it is. If not, we'll carry on. That could also be relevant, because maybe trying to get a quick answer instead of really being present and feeling into like a gratitude for what is going on, or what is in the environment, or what is there. Also, I think a lack of, like, there's a lack of depth here, not because there actually is a lack of depth anywhere, but there's like a particular connection this has, or a particular placement that isn't grounded into my past, present, future. There's a feeling of like something not really being accepted, something not really being able to settle in. I'm seeing like a surface that is like shiny and very solid, and that's why, because the natural state of this is more like wanting to settle in more of like a bog, more of like a like grass and like more comfort, more safety, less coldness and more warmth. They're also like swinging to opposites, like too hot or too cold. Which was this is the deck I wanted to use. Something about finding something. Maybe a lack of empathy. A lack of consideration. So blue avian in reverse and ancient Egypt. Yeah, ancient Egypt makes me think of like that sturdiness. It's like there's too much of a groundwork, too much of a structure, too much like of a masculine energy and not enough of a falling in. But there's such a feeling of like closeness here. I want to say soul connection, like very close soul connection, but Yeah, I'll say soul resonance because that doesn't have to apply to just people. Back of the deck is green nymph. It's a feeling of like, feeling as though the grass isn't big enough to sit down in. So like being brought over to a massive building where there is like more to it, but it's not the grass, it's not the softness. I heard lack of accountability. I think I might have already said that. I'm wanting to put Flynn Rider sideways. Which makes me think of bending the truth. It's like something that isn't like fully deceptive, but it's not like inviting of clarity. It's not inviting of truth or like full explanation. There's a guardedness without being perceived as being guarded here. But also just, I want to hold my heart, and I feel like there's so much love in this situation, or baby Boston at the back of the deck, so possibly a strong connection to the inner child. But I'm also thinking of Boston, how he's super the word defensive came up. Super, what do I make of this? I think that's the energy here, because there's a sense of like not knowing what to make of something, because the full picture wasn't really seen, I think. Okay, I'm gonna do these short readings, so there you go, pal number one, I love you. I'm actually thinking, I don't know why I said that, because I don't know if the rest will be short, but this is where I'm feeling like ending this one. My hand is literally over my heart right now. This feels like something really difficult, because this card, it made me think of like past love, deep love, I'll say, and it being in reverse just made me feel like it's there, but it's not being fully acknowledged, or it's not being fully accepted, is what I'm feeling. Oh, this is an emotional one. I don't want to leave it now. Is that in this situation? It's difficult to leave because of the depth of connection that this does have, even if it's not being held. There's like a feeling of trying to hide, I think, because the hiding comes from a space of feeling like there's a need to hide. And I know that's obvious, but sometimes hearing that is clarifying, I think. And I think that's a part of what was like missing in this situation. Like that is why, because it's like the obvious wasn't spoken. And maybe it wasn't obvious, but maybe that's the point. I don't want to leave. This is too hard. Is that how you feel? Or how someone feels? Or felt? Or will feel? Now both of my hands are over my heart. I don't usually do this. Not extend readings, I always extend readings. But I don't This is a circumstance. It's a feeling where I know it's ended. I know that something is here. That I know the reading has finished, but I'm not putting the final leaf away. It's not like a feeling of like, okay, let's carry on in your energy, or like, let's get extra cards, like pile 1.5. It's not that. That's just, this is just a feeling of, why? Because there's a lack of respect. But what? Because there's a fullness of love. Why it's difficult, the love, but why, like, it's difficult as in something has occurred or occurring. Why something needs to, why something changed, or why there's like a situation, because of the lack of respect, or the lack of the acknowledgement of love, or the lack of the care for the love. It feels more like that, not really about acknowledgement. Maybe acknowledgement. There's a complication to this that I think doesn't need to be here. Like trying to hide details that actually don't really need to be hidden, but it's the hiding that is causing the conflict or the situation. But I also want to say this feels like something where the more I speak, the worse it gets, because the more I just dig my own hole. That might be to do with what has happened or any other part of the situation. It feels like there's an answer to this, and that you already have the answer. Yeah. I feel like you know why. Okay, bye-bye, pal number 1. Much love to you, so much love to you. Okay, pal 2. A jimbly jumbly. I'll drink water first. Oh, that took me by surprise. Maybe that's a part of that too. Actually, I think that's pal number 2. Welcome in, pal 2. First thing I did was put my fist to my hand. It feels like a readiness or a... Okay. The why for you could have to do with a surprising element, or the element of surprise. Ooh, I don't know what to make of this. That's quite interesting. That could be it. A why, like because you don't know what to make of it, or something doesn't know what to make of it. What was the other thing I said? I can't remember. That could also be relevant, not remembering, or not hearing. We have links, observation. I keep getting like a party feeling from you, or from this energy, which is weird because Lynx is such a solitary creature. Oh, maybe there's something about perception here. I heard a perception filter. Ooh. So maybe something that appears to be really party-like, but is actually really solitary. That's so me, right? I feel like I appear to be very... At least in some readings. But Lynx. Orca. Ooh. And Wolverine. Oh! There's a seriousness to this. Yeah, that's the feeling here. It's like a surprising seriousness. There's something also about like getting closer to the beginning. So I don't know how well that will apply for everyone, but I'm feeling that quite strongly. In kind of a cheeky way. Okay, that's totally relevant. Since I'm saying it. Back of the deck is Raven. Yeah, I'm in a bit of like a... Ooh, how do I describe this? How do I describe this? There's an element of mystery that is very alluring. It's one thing, but then it's another. Yeah, the element of surprise, because there's so many sides to this. That's why. Because each new side is just as intriguing as the last, or they all are different shapes and you don't get how it's like one thing. They should not go all together, but they do. Because there's like a cohesion that fits together, but like in a fantastic way, or in like an unexpected but wonderful way. Because of the values and the strength to this. There's something about deep curiosity. I like this reading. I think that's part of this. Like, I like this. And it's not just like a one, I like this, full stop. It's it keeps going. There's more. Because there are so many sides to this. I'm seeing this Wolverine card like something you can bite onto. Let's get some color cards. The way this is coming out, yeah, literally everything about this Y is because of like a never seen before aspect, because the way that came out, that's never happened in a reading. And or like with cards, I feel like that was like, this is literally the feeling here of I have literally been like pulling cards for like a decade, feeling not really that long, but almost that long, like 8 years maybe less than that, I don't know. See, what is that? There might be something about like energeticness or like thinkingness, because I feel like I can't stop like and actually think. Probably 7 years. Oracle cards. Okay, why was that important? Maybe 7 years, or the number 7 could be important here. Woo! Even that like woo sounded like a party woo. Oh, I'm thinking of In How I Met Your Mother. Like the woo girls, or like the woo... I don't remember. Oh, what is that? Was it you? I was saying like remembering. That could be something. How have I already forgotten? But that's even more. It's like you remember it differently. Which way does this go? Ah, this way probably. Yeah, because this has a border on too. Orca, yeah, maybe it's a sense of adventure and not really knowing where you're going, or not fully knowing. Yeah, the not fully knowing is like a hypnotizing desire. Something that you won't be bored by. I felt like some of you needed to twist that sentence to fit grammatically for your situation. I feel like that is also relevant here. Twisting something to fit your situation, because there's always like a new angle, but now I feel like I'm repeating the same thing. Whoa! Yeah, there's a feeling of like it is one thing, or there is something of like a loyal feeling here. Because I'm thinking, I don't know why Lynx is giving that, but it is. It's like loyal to itself. Oh, that could be significant. Loyal to itself. Because it's still like one energy, but lots to it. And Orca is making me think of how it's so family oriented. And then Wolverine is just extremely protective. It's giving 8th house vibes. Obsession maybe here. Oh my goodness, this is totally the like obsession pile, because Lynx, Orca and Wolverine, they are all obsessive energies, I feel. I love the energy of obsession. In most cases, or some cases. Yeah, there's something unpinpointable about this. Oh, 27 and then 28, but the way I'm putting them down is like going up the staircase but left into the past instead of into the future. Back of the deck 15 also, maybe because there's an element of fear here. There's an element of, like, it is so reliable, but also you don't know how, which keeps you on your toes. If this was like, why are you drawn to this particular like job offer, for example, it's because of how much it stimulates you, how much you're able to rely on, like, it has a structure to it that you can depend on, but it is also very inviting of you to be mutable with. It's also very stimulating, like, on, I feel like it will depend on what level for all of you watching. There's an energeticness to it though. Yeah. I think this is like such a combination of like the same, but also always different. Yeah, there's always an element of surprise to this. What will I get today feeling? Do I end it there? That might be it. Okay, that's where I'm going to end your reading, pile number 2. See you in another if I do. And if not, then not. This is these outro things are really dying out for me. Could that be something here? Dying out. It's like my heart isn't in it anymore. That's relevant for this reading, but I'm not going to interpret it. So it's there if you want to be like, hey, I get it. It's also there if you want to be like, hey, that's stupid, or hey, I don't get it. Ooh, this is particularly interesting because I had planned just before saying this is the end, pile 2, to do a 2.5, but now I'm not going to. Some of you definitely have a way of relating that. Maybe it's just confirmation, not actually giving anything extra, but maybe it is. That feels like this energy too. Confirmation, but not giving anything extra. Okay, not going to read any more on that. Go to pile 3. Bye. Bye. Welcome in, pile 3. There could be something about the sound E. E. I haven't thought of that for a while. That could be significant. Why? Because I haven't thought about it for a while. That just might be confirmation of what the Y is actually going to be on about for some of you. I keep moving the bird. I think there's like too much moving. Redback shrike. But I feel like some of you will take that and take it in the wrong way. So there's something about taking in the wrong way. House Martin. It's like thinking one thing is another. Crested tit. Pile 2 and now you also, pile 3, is really making me like care about the future or wonder. Wonder. Okay, something about why wondering. Weta. There's a newness here. There's a newness. Even though that might be so contradictory for some of you. Okay. What is this? What is this? Pile 3. There's like a tear, but it's not very visible. This is a plain and simple one. I'm being shown a situation that can be very overcomplicated, but like, for example, if this is about a situation with someone else and you're asking like why they acted the way they did. Ooh, I'm using the back for this, not the card that I love. Weird. Yeah, if someone has told you why already, then the answer here would be what they told you. Like they were being truthful, even if it was like only seemingly telling you something so small or so simple. To them it had weight. Something about that. But again, some of you, that why does that not fit? Why aren't you taking my words? Is that part of the situation? Someone not taking someone's words? Yeah, that's what I was saying before. What was that energy? There could be some frustration here that like isn't taking into account some sense of wisdom. There also could be something about flock mentality. So we have Spirit Guide Me and Spirit of Pair. Spirit Guide Me card hasn't come out a lot. That makes me happy to see. Happy to see. Oh, that's making me think of like happy to see you happy. Was that Strictly Come Dancing? There's a couple of things that like are really taking me back in this reading, which is interesting because I was also saying that this is the one I was thinking about the future in with. So why? I haven't got your answer yet. I kind of have. I kind of haven't. Did you just ask your question in a weird way, or do you not have a question? Green nymph. Whoa, why did that scare me? That sounded like a wolf or a dog. Green nymph. For healing? I feel like this is the pile that there are so many different situations that I have to be so specific with. For healing, for love. Why? Because of love. This is so complicated. I feel like it's not though. I feel like that's what you are saying. Dragon Realm, Lyra, Circle, Unicorns. Why, that one's the one that's reversed. Feminine, Arcturians, and Andromeda. Okay, the upright. Oh, this is interesting. This is stimulating my brain now. I like it. That could be for the situation of for the why. So if there was like a sense of notness with this, maybe it could have been because there was a lack of brain stimulation. I'm hearing Bulletproof Heart by, is that called Bulletproof Heart? I'm pretty sure. I was just listening to it, or said that in a reading earlier today. By My Chemical Romance, in case that's significant. Gravity. Back of the deck is angels. I'm in such an energy of like, what do I say here? There's a feeling of hello. Or maybe like hello again. Hello after a long time. That's a song, Hello by Adele. Is it just called Hello? Or Hello from the Other Side? So unicorns, Arcturians, and Andromeda all reverse. You know what? I'm actually reading it not like reverse. It's just like that's showing what's above. I'm gonna need more for this. Oh! Everything is like pointing to the same thing. You just might not believe it, or I don't know. You tell me. You tell me why. You know what? Feel free to ask a yes or no question now. There are a couple of these that aren't yes and no's, but oh, hair. But I will try. Maybe. Okay. Maybe. Well, that would fit all this. Oh, I love that. That fits in the back of the deck is yes. Ooh, also up to you is popping through, and no with a sad face. But it's like yes with a happy face and no with a sad face, and then up to you, but also maybe. Maybe. B, that could be significant. And that is making me think of like, okay, don't question this, but B is in between A and C. Why did I say don't question this? Is this something going on? Oh, spit. Wonderful, beautiful spit. That's making me think of Matilda. That's someone's name that's important in this. I just felt that. See, there's a strangeness to this energy. Isis. And I'm gonna start getting frustrated. There is frustration here, I can tell, but it's just not on the surface. I think there's like a happiness on the surface, or like a fancy that feeling. See, I feel like a lot of you could have come into this reading with a question in mind, but also more of just like a whole energy, like how do I explain that? How do I explain that? Maybe that's significant here. We have Isa, which is ice. That's making me think of ghosting, or like a lack of connection, or a lack. But it's not like a lack, it's freezing or freezing someone out. Tewaz. And I wouldn't usually use those expressions, I feel like. So I think there's a misunderstanding, like, kind of, to do with this. It's not really, but it's kind of. This rune, I want this one. And algaes. There feels like a higher calling here, and I feel like I felt that from the beginning, but couldn't really grasp at that. Yes, and I think that's relevant here. Having felt a higher calling throughout something, but not being able to put a finger on it until the end, or until much later. Yeah, not having the full picture until later on feels relevant here. There's a sense of flowing with wisdom, flowing with a strong gut knowing of what is in alignment, but I'm wanting to say what is in power for the specific involved here, for the querent, or for the the center of this reading. Let's say. I also want to say with this, you might get answers through songs or through different mediums, through like entertainment, games, music, films, etc. It's a feeling of like it's a match here, like things being cohesive, but also not in a way that actually click together fully, but just in a way where there's like an apparent clicking. I'm seeing the dragon realm. Oh, interesting. Not dragons. I don't have a dragons card. I don't know how yet. But, oh, is that significant here? I don't have. Yeah, there's a feeling of like coming from a lack of fully knowing oneself, or knowing the situation, or a lack of fully knowing, and then getting to discover along the way and finding more of a sense of power or alignment with self, which has to do strongly with a feeling of higher calling here. and of what is very true and what is maybe balanced. Because I think there could be a strong feeling of not being fully able to be at ease or like be in one's own element from a lack of balance. Maybe a lack of feeling seen, but that isn't going to apply for everyone here. I think if that could apply, it would apply for you in this situation, but some situations is like, this isn't like, this isn't something that can see that type of thing. Seeds could be significant. I want to get more for you. I want to keep getting cards for you. I'm not sure why. There's a lightness here for sure. Okay, we have Orta. Maybe someone felt like they were carrying more than their fair share, even though there was like a love there. Take that as you know it applies. That word love might not apply for everyone, but again, it's a similar feeling of like, if it does apply, or if it could apply, then it would. But if you know that, that's like, oh no. Or just that just doesn't fit, then it wouldn't. But I think that energy is here too, a feeling of like, something just not really fitting and not... I think that this is the thing. I think there might be a tendency to escape, to kind of like pointing at justice or pointing at not having a say in it, like it was a divine calling feeling, a knowing, a gut knowing. But I think that that is also not taking into account lots of details of why that was the case. And the why is a feeling of like... Well, let's get more. Because I was going to say it's like a lack of balance, but it's hard to describe how, I think. And I'm wanting to say for some of you, it's like there was a lack of understanding why, like, again, like ages ago maybe, or earlier. A lack of knowing. There's like a finding oneself or finding more, or... I'm comparing the sweets around Orta and also that not having colour, but then full colour in Roger here, and I'm kind of seeing the items around him in a similar way to the sweets around Orta. There's a feeling of like the same, but one is coloured in, or it's that feeling of like they're not actually the same, but they both carry a lot. And one is... There's like a different area, but you can see how they fit. Is this clicking? I don't know that it is. And I think that that's the energy, that's the why, because there's like a sense of it being in alignment, but not really. Or maybe once was, but not really. It's like it needed to not be, but then when there's a full realization of that, then it fully wasn't, or fully isn't. Some of you are asking about something from ages ago, or again, that's just what's coming up even if you weren't asking something. There's a strength to this. I also do kind of feel like some of you are here who didn't click this pile or who didn't really resonate with this pile, and then you're kind of wondering why it doesn't completely fit, or it's confusing you more, or you feel a bit like blech from this. So that's definitely true here, I think, but I think also for everyone who did resonate with this pile, there's that sense of like not fully resonating, and like a feeling of like, this doesn't feel good. Not in either the way it used to, or not in the way that I now see myself to be, or not in the way that really fits the truth of the self, or the truth of a more expanded knowing. It's like one part, but not all parts. Okay, that's why I'm gonna end your reading, pile number 3. See you in another if I do. If not, bye-bye. But it's bye-bye to everyone, anyway. Do I just stop saying anything at the end? See, I told you there was some frustration in this. I didn't really get at that, did I? I think some of you just don't want to admit the truth. Some of you also want to make this out to be, or them, out to be like a sort of villain is the energy here, when really it's just because you maybe wanted something that they didn't want. There might be a feeling of having been abandoned or betrayed. Okay, that's just clarification, I guess. I'm just so curious also, and I didn't read anything about Spirit Guide Me or Spirit of Pair. Yeah, I'm so curious why I didn't use my favorite side. I used this side because this fits. I don't know why, and why does that get me frustrated in this energy? This is my favorite card. I'm not using that. I'm using this part. Pardons or pardon could be significant. Manners. And the way it's like balancing, it's like it's being pushed further in the inside. It doesn't feel very comfortable. See, I feel like this goes way deeper than all of that felt. We'll do a pile 3.5. Just get more runes. Rune. Ingus Gebel. Perthro and Bucana. Let's get animals too. And put those in there. Whoa. Sheep. Okay, I think this has to do specifically with sexual intimacy, so if that doesn't apply for you, either really twist my words or leave. I think I want a bit more help before I ... So that could be something that is to do with a why here, because there was a desire for more help. Or there is a desire for more, or will be a desire. I feel like I really need to bring this up for you. Okay, that's better. More space, more breathing room. Magpie. 2 magpies. Ooh, and lots of jackdaws. Okay, no more of these. Why? Ah! I don't think I'm going to be able to. That could be an important phrase here. These cards. Actually, I kind of... maybe. Vega does make me think of the drawing up the perspective here. I think that, okay, I'm gonna say this is between 2 people, so again, if you need to change things around or select who it's about, then do so. But I think that there was a strong desire by one party for more of a spiritual or a heartfelt connection that they didn't feel was presently there or accommodated for, and that, okay, I guess this doesn't have to be about sexual intimacy, but I kept feeling like that, so I have to say that that is what this is about. And I think that there would be the other party who... Why do I not want to speak at that part? There's like a... Why do I... Okay, well, that's important. I'll get a number card for that. Why... No, No, that could be significant. Why do I really not want to speak on that part? Gnomes just makes me think of like someone having more of like a direct line in, or like a grounded, rooted, more primal feeling, as opposed to more heartfelt and softer. Reverse. I feel like someone had very particular needs sexually to do with intimacy that wasn't met, and I think that a particular need of theirs might have to do with a strong heart or spiritual connection, and I don't think that that was fully on the other person's part. And I think that that might have created some sort of like a jarring feeling on the other person's part. I'm seeing Lifeline holding a shock stick, which makes me think of like, yes, it's a stick, but it's shocking. It's like it's vibrators. That could be a message for some people. It's like a hardness that is painful. I think that explains it pretty well. Someone wanted something softer. I know I already said it, but more heartfelt. Maybe more intentional or more seeing. And maybe that wasn't like particularly to do with during the... I just heard in my brain, the mushing of bodies. The combining of bodies, but maybe the rest of the connection, and maybe that was feeling rocky for them, and so they felt like there was a particular pain or inability that that was difficult for then in the bedroom or wherever this took place, or maybe did or didn't take place. Yeah, there just feels like a sense of like a fiery energy that was like too much. Or it's not that it was too much, it's just that I think it didn't come with a sense of holding or a sense of like fully like being like all there. There might have been one party that had a bit of a sense of either single-mindedness or like absent-mindedness, I think, that doesn't align with the values of the other. I'm getting a specific example, but I'm not sure what to do with it yet. Back of the deck has gone to my life. I don't think I'm going to get more cards, but I will try. That could be a significant phrase. We have praying mantis. That makes me think of two things. It makes me think of like a lack of reciprocity, or maybe like part fear involved, but it also makes me think of like a wandering eye, but maybe only like perceivably, like maybe to one party the other party wasn't fully there and they had a wandering eye, but to the other party that was their presence. Their wandering eye would have been like much more or different. Take that as it applies. I feel like some of that needed to be twisted a bit to fit for some of you. Praying mantis just also makes me think of the spirituality, like praying, but also how the females often or sometimes like devour the males during or after, I think, mating. So the males risk their lives for intercourse. Now, I'm not saying that that is fully here, but what is that energy representing? It's just making me think of like not feeling fully comfortable and not feeling fully safe. It's a feeling of like once you're on, you can't get off. and that may be causing somewhat of a traumatic feeling. Or like a fear of the repercussions of certain actions. It's just a feeling of like a bit of a lack of compassion, I think. Okay, I'm gonna leave it there. I love you. See you in another. I said it without thinking. Well, I was thinking during it, but maybe that's relevant here. I said it without thinking, but actually I was thinking, and actually I was present, and actually I could decide. So maybe like a lack of accountability feeling too. And I did say that I felt a few like pile 2s, and I had used that word like, oh wait, was that pile 1 even? I don't remember anymore. And remembering, what is it about memory here? That was you, right? Right? Lack of recognition. Recognizing. Water I do drink. Welcome in, pile 4. I feel like by your reading, your leaf is already crumpled. So, whoa, there's another leaf inside it. Whoa. What kind of leaf is this? I don't know. A small, tiny, cute brown one. Okay. Why did I put it back in? Maybe that's relevant. I want to zoom in a little bit for you. Just a little bit. This just keeps looking like a core. Like I was thinking of a core like C-A-W, like a crow cawing, but then core as in C-O-R-E. Let's use animal cards for you. There's something maybe of like a resemblance here, because I'm thinking of how you look like, your leaves look like pile 2s, but they're dead. Could this have to do with death? We have whale, shark, leopard. I feel like I saw the message at the start, but now I've lost it. So there could be something about losing. Like having seen, but then losing. Okay, I guess this is going in a different way. Woohoo! Raccoon and scorpion. That's how this feels. Like, woohoo! Raccoon and scorpion. Alive and then dead. Why? What? Are some of you asking why someone died? Whale, shark, leopard, raccoon, scorpion. At the back of the deck is humpback whale. I feel like I haven't seen this guy for ages. The sky for ages? Is this about death? Let's use colour cards. No, I don't want colour cards. We've had enough of that. Yeah, it's like a lack of colour here. A lack of life. Why is the leopard there? I think you're really connected to someone spiritually. I'm kind of confused right now. Like how to answer a why around this. Why? Because death? Or why? Because like they're up a different tree now? I guess that could be something. Like, for example, like why is someone... This is a really simple example. I hadn't thought of people asking these kind of questions, but why is someone not messaging me? Because maybe they're attending a funeral. I laugh just because that's such like a specific example. And kind of a weird one that I don't think is applicable to most here. Maybe I'm wrong though. Maybe I'm wrong, maybe that's this. Flynn Rider and Jack Sparrow. Because someone doesn't know, or something is unaware, or something is no longer here. John at the back. That made me think of John like the toilet. Isn't that what some people call to go into the John? Is that only men? Because I don't know why I'm thinking that's like... Now I'm wanting to say like back in my day when there were only men and women. Those labels. Stables? Stable? Stability? John is covering up Thingy's face. Good. Didn't want to see it anyway. Ooh, I feel like, see, I keep feeling like I'm triggering people, or I could be being cruel. So that could be why. I feel like the amount these readings are... no, I actually feel like this is fitting though. Do I though? Is that just why because of confusion? Is that a why here? Ooh, I like these coming out together. We have Osprey and Red Kite. Interesting. Red Kite, like in this, it looks like the alive version and then the dead version. Oh. I'm completely blanking on this creature's name. This is the favourite bird of someone that I once knew. And I think I've only ever known the favourite bird of one person. And this was her favourite bird. And two actually, because of my own favourite bird. I think everything's going wrong. That's a feeling here. Why? It doesn't feel like there's a why to this. Because of like a lack of vitality, or because of something dying. Why? Death. I think that's the simple answer. I don't get what this is though. Or Jack Sparrow. Oh, it's making me think of the place he goes. Like Jack Sparrow dies at some point, kind of. No, completely. Yes, he goes to Davy Jones's locker. Is that it? I feel like it's not called that. I feel like that's something else. I don't know. He goes to a big empty place. And what about Flynn Rider? Flynn Rider is also making me just think of like a partial death, like changing from being Flynn Rider to Eugene Fitzherbert, or the other way around. I'm gonna have to say that's your reading, right? It's just death. If you don't want to hear more confusion, then leave now. Because I feel like I want more clarity on this, but I'm not getting it. Is that why? Like not getting it? Not getting aliveness? Not getting food or drink? No, not taking them. Had them before. Spirit of Pear and Spirit Guide Me came out. But I just had that for the last pile. And literally, the Great Chickpea at the back of the deck, which feels like Spirit. There's something in me not wanting to take them. Because it's already been done. Something's already been done. Something is rooted in the ground or decaying in the ground. with love. With love. The letter S could be significant. Or capital letters. The last video I did, maybe? I wrote something about capital letters in the description box, that's why I say that. Resonance with the same. This is a, like, I feel you even though you're gone. Or just because of death. I'm gonna end that there, actually. No, it's not finished yet. It's not finished yet. Is that what the feeling is? Like, why does it feel like it's not... Like, why are they still here? Or... I don't get what the why is. Have they not fully passed on? Like, they're still kind of here. That's the feeling I'm getting. Okay, I'm moving all these and then we're gonna get... I'm gonna say that there is a death here, but they're not fully... They haven't fully let go. Or you haven't fully let go. There's a sense of the in-between, not on either side. So if you feel like that doesn't apply, then I feel like what we've done so far, that has been your reading. Love you, see you. But now we'll... Yes, even the leaf, it's half dead. Okay. Now I feel like I'm more in it, more understanding. Cool. Have you been collecting something? Someone here has been collecting something that feels significant. Scorpion. And again, I'm wanting to say, like, I don't want to take it. I'm going to, but... That's why, because there's a feeling of, like, non-acceptance of the death here, I think. Beetle. Beetle is making me think of purging. And hedgehogs. There's just a love here. There's such an infinite love here. And I'm wanting to say, like, the love of the divine, connection to all of existence. It's okay to let go, or it's okay to allow things to take their natural course. Let's use this deck. I feel like there's also a strong sense of, like, you already having the awareness of something here. It's like, revive it if you can or want to, and... Okay, and... I don't know what to say there. Fill in the blank. But I was going to say, or release and allow it to fully die. Yeah, I think those are, like, the options. Back of the deck, willow, which is like a stone. Oh, interesting. A willow stone. Maybe there's a crystal called a willow stone, or a type of stone that could be significant. Or like a place, like with a big stone, like a rock, with willow trees around. Cool. Oh, that's so nostalgic for someone. Or a place that you used to go to with willow trees. Okay, so yeah, there feels like there's two options here. And some of you can only choose one, but others of you do have more of a choice in this. Or maybe everyone. Take it as you know it applies. So, the death is apparent. There is a connection to love, regardless, and a sense of, like, spiritual divinity or infinity. And the awareness of that. And then there's two options. One is the Arcturus and Andromeda, which feels like a healing release. It feels like a ascension. And then masculine and conifer. It's like on the left. The Arcturus and Andromeda, it's like letting it reset, letting... The letter A could be significant. Like letting it be free feeling and not attaching. But like fully letting it die, fully releasing the grip. And neither of these options have to be taken. This is just what would bring comfort and alignment with self, I think, or alignment with love more purely, more easily, what would allow you to like loosen your grip, regardless if it's by literally loosening your grip. Or on the right side with masculine and conifer, it feels like taking action on that which you know to be true, or taking action based off your strong intuition and spiritual connection to this or surrounding this. Like it's really showing you, and there's a clear direction, there's a clear line of sight and what you're wanting to grip and follow through with, or intentionally create, or intentionally maneuver, or unite with. Yeah, this is a feeling of you're on the fence, or something is on the fence, so either you give it a push to the left or a push to the right. I feel like you'll know which one applies to you or which one you want. Okay, that's where I'm going to end your reading, pile number 4. It has been a pleasure. I love saying that. It has been a pleasure, because it has. I love saying it when it matters, or that could be something significant here. I love saying it when I feel it. So expressing feelings, or maybe the energy of gratitude, could be important here too. Okay, bye bye.